everyone, you're welcome to another episode of Tutu Unravels. If you're new here, you're welcome. This is the only show that allows immigrants to talk about their experiences in order to inspire success in the diaspora. Hi Remi, how you doing?
I'm good.
It was hard to get you here, but I am very grateful that I had the opportunity to kind of talk to you. So thank you so much for coming. How are you feeling today?
I feel good.
You know, just give us a little bit. Just introduce yourself, who you are, what you do currently, and then we'll kick it off from there.
So she already said my name. My name is Remi Olawuyi. So I'm an IT consultant. I've been doing that for like 10 years now, I think. And basically, I'm more into network security. Actually, when I began my career, I started with like routing and switching,
right.
But I've always knew like I want to do security.
No, but let's take it back to you from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know a little bit, because I actually want to know how you got into the career part of being an IT consultant. So let's start it back from what uni did you go in Nigeria?
So I attended Crawford University. So I studied computer science.
Oh, so you've always been in, because I know that people moving into tech from different backgrounds. So you've been
I've always been in tech from the onset, and so I've always been doing computer science. Then I've always known to do like computer science.
Right. So have you always known that I'm coming to the United States of America, or it was just something that just came as a result of something?
So I think it was like when you're in your final year student, like your first year, your second year, your third year, you like having fun, doing whatever you like. Then when your final year, reality dawned on you, like, yo,
What next, right?
What's next? Like, you can't call your mom,
right.
You can't call your parents anymore for like, money and stuff. So that's when it dawns on you, like, what do I want to do? Mm-hmm. And so it was at that point, and that was like, 2010, 2011.
Right.
And the way the old Nigerian climate was, is either you go do your master's or you work at KPMG.
Right.
I was just trying to weigh my options, and at that point I was like, you know what? I just want to go do a master's outside of the country, basically. So it was like in my final year that I made up my mind, like, this is what I want to do. Let me just go do a master's.
How did you get into your career? What were the challenges? Were there any challenges actually that you faced in getting your first career?
So yeah, there is. I didn't wait to finish my master's before I started looking for a job. So while I was still in school back then, I found one because back then there was not a lot of stuff like we have right now, like Udemy, other stuff. They were not there back then. So it was a lot of research, and I found one company that was willing to train me and try and get me a job.
Wow.
But it was not free though. So they were gonna be taking like, after I get a job, they're gonna be taking like 20% of my salary and stuff like that. So when I found that place, I did whatever they wanted to do, Then even my first job was, I just wanted to get into the old American job industry, corporate America.
Smart move though.
And at that point, I got two jobs. The first job was going to pay me more than the job I actually went for. But that first job was not, I didn't see a lot of career development in there. It was not even like the part I would like love to be, but it was gonna pay me more. But the other job I took was paying me less, but it was
gonna get so much
training. And yes, I was gonna be able
to
grow. There was like a huge growth there because they had like was a company. They had like 9 CCIEs. And there's like things like, oh, okay, this is cool. And there was a lot of people that can actually mentor me and stuff like that. So that was the part actually, okay, wow, I was going to pick this company instead of the other job.
Right.
So that was how. So when I did that, I was still in like, I think it was like 6 months to the end of school. Then I started doing that work and I was going to school.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was working and I was going to class. I was working, I was going to class. And from there, I started, starting my IT career and stuff like that. Yeah, like what I always tell people is, if I want to tell anybody anything, is I always tell them that this is how I did it. But does not mean you have to actually go through that same struggle. You might be lucky and you might just get a nice job, to pay you good money and stuff like that. But at the same time, if this kind of situation, happens to arise,
right.
You have to make the best decision to you have to think about the long term, not like the short term, And for me, that was what I based because I like money a lot.
Not you telling us that you like money.
So for me to actually take that job that was paying me way less, what they were paying was very ridiculous. But at that point, I was looking at a bigger picture because at the end of the day, if you're able to gain that knowledge, even some of your colleagues that might be making way more money than you,
right.
you'll be surprised that you can actually catch up with them in 1 year.
Right.
Because you've gained so much knowledge, even though because you gotta look at the ratio, the knowledge, the money, which one weighs more,
right.
like that. So that knowledge you get.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, knowledge is power, and that knowledge that you're gonna get is gonna propel you in. Maybe they're already making so amount of money,
right.
and you think you're not. You'll be surprised that by the time you get the knowledge, you can actually overtake them.
That part.
And make
that's
the same
the
money
fact.
or more money than them.
That's the fact, though. So when you got into that job, that career, how was the dynamics for you? At your place of job, meaning that had to be your first job in the United States. How did you feel? Relationship with co-workers and all that.
So look at it this way. So for me, it was very easy for me. Most things was very easy. Maybe because, I was the youngest. So because I'm the youngest, everybody's older than me.
Right.
So at that point, I don't have that complex hey, go do this, go do that. It's okay, you're older than me. And
plus, to do it to even learn more.
Yeah, because I'm a Yoruba boy. I'm the last born, so I'm used to stuff like that.
So respect and
gratitude. So for me, I was not bothered about stuff like that. And in terms of working with I actually have great coworkers.
Wow.
My first job is actually one of the best places I've actually worked since I've been in America because they were actually great people, every one of them. Great people. I was able to learn from all these guys that actually impacted me.
More like family.
Yeah, it was a very nice place. Sometimes your first job really matters because that is what's gonna actually define and impact your career part. So if you go to a job that they're not cool with you and stuff like that, you might have to so bad. As a matter of fact, I still talk to some of my coworkers back then.
Right.
And I still keep in touch, hey, how you doing and stuff like that. So my first job was very good place.
Well, Remi, you seem to be among the lucky ones. But I didn't have any problem.
But look at it this way, I didn't get paid a lot.
Exactly. So it was tit for tat. You can have your cake and eat it. How do they say that one? You can't
eat your cake and
have it, right? So you had to give something, sacrifice to get something else. So it's not always about the money. Let's look at other things that we can actually achieve rather than just be on the money. Money is so
of course, money doesn't matter.
But yeah, right. So, that's good. So after that, how many more jobs, and then how did you grow in your career to actually get in the job that you have right now?
So, right now, I'm just more of a consultant. Right now, that's what I do right now. But after I left, when I was gonna leave my job, the first job I had, it was not easy. It was kind of emotional, but believe me, it was a very in terms of time-wise, it was a huge leap. And they were trying to one thing that corporate America do is this. They were paying me shitty money for that 2 years. And when I was about to leave, they wanted to increase me 3 times my salary.
Wow, so y'all need my worth the whole time. And y'all didn't want to give me what I deserve.
But that's the way it works. You need to understand that no one's gonna give you what you actually want. So you have to actually go get it.
So what do you think about the, adage that says that closed mouths don't get fed?
Yeah, no one's no one's gonna give you even though they know your what's the amount of money.
Speak for
they're
yourself.
They're not gonna give it to you. So you have to actually either you go fight for it, you go get it one way or the other. That's how it works.
And make a move.
And make moves, And for me, I give myself it was a 6 months plan. So I started doing some certification and started studying for that 6 months.
Wow.
And when I started doing that, it was a 6-month plan. I was just focusing like, okay, I want to, I'm tired of this shit money. I want to go somewhere and get money. So I gave myself like do this, do that, and I was doing it. Immediately I did it. I started going for job interviews, and boom, I got that job, and the money was good. And I showed my company, they could not match it, but they were gonna pay me 3 times of what they were paying me. And I was like, bro, I'm losing. And that was it. And I got there. Even the second company I went to was also one of the perfect places for me. Like seriously, guess what? So when I got to this company, the guy that was supposed to be their lead guy put in his 2 weeks.
Oh.
And so I was like, I was just coming from being a junior engineer to being like lead guy.
It's like so much responsibility.
Yeah, but believe me, that place actually helped me again because it threw me into a lot of technology that I use right now. Some of them I don't anymore, but I was able to then they brought in some other consultants.
Right.
And those consultants, I was able to tap into them. One of the guys that used to be my mentor was a African American, and the guy was driving. I think he was driving a Porsche then.
Okay.
It was like, so when this guy come around, he'd be like, he's like Gucci, Versace, or shit, and he's always chilling and shit. Be like, no, damn, what's up?
He was even working at all. Was he even doing union?
He was working, but it's one of those guys that they know their stuff.
Right.
And because it was a consultant, so those were the people I was like, oh my god. So I got close to this guy, and this guy be telling me see, this is what I do, man, this guy's ain't shit, and they're sorry for cussing, and be like, if they can't give me first class, I'm not flying. And those were the guys. There was another guy too. He was an Asian guy too. I like the way he do his thing. And those are the people I was actually.
You had looked up to those people, and then you decided to go in that line.
Yeah, so I was looking to them yo, what's up, and trying to learn their own, the way they work, the way they do the things, and basically
really
that.
put you in that track. You see, that's another way. People be seeing people be making their bag and be jealous for no reason. When you can actually learn from them to be better version of yourself. I be telling people this. Remi, you are giving me the IT guys vibes now. Cause I've been doing the IT guys at my job. They be just come in, what you want me to do for you, fix it, and no smiles whatsoever.
No, I will not say no smile. Of course, do
you guys even like people at all? Do you even talk to people?
Most of it, I don't talk to people that much, but sometimes I do talk to people.
When you have to.
When I do have to. As a matter of fact, one of the jobs I hate most is I hate jobs that I have to deal with end users.
Wow.
I prefer talking to management, but if I have to be dealing with end users, I don't like it. I'm not. I'm not
cut up for that crap.
No, it's not like I'm not cut up for that crap. It's just you just imagine you're trying to explain to somebody unplug this cable, unplug that. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do I prefer doing architecture that I'm talking to people that know what I'm talking about. Wow. So it's kind of very easy for me to communicate.
Give me a day in your life. What do you really do as an IT consultant?
For me right now, because I do network security consulting, so it depends. Today I might be doing migration. So what I mean is migration is migrating from a different platform to a different platform.
Right.
So when I do that, it's mostly high level thing because I'm talking to the senior network engineers because I go into the company.
Understand what you're saying.
So I go into the company and try to understand the environment, and I don't want to drop names. So I take it from one company firewall, then go to a different company firewall that's more advanced, but I don't want to drop names. So one company's not bad, one company's not good, So that I might do, and sometimes what I might be doing is doing operational role, setting up firewalls, configuring, making rules and changes, stuff like that, or maybe going to a network and okay, these firewalls are not good, and doing a totally different architecture for them in terms of their firewalls and stuff like that to make it more secure for them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That sounds like you were already busting my brain already. I was like trying to figure it out. Wow, and all that. But yeah, I guess that's what you do. That's really great. That's good to know.
But
it sounds like something interesting.
Yeah, of course. But for me, I just didn't like jump into firewall. I started with routing and switching, which is, routing and switching is, the way we have all this internet and stuff like that. The way we, all the switches and stuff like that. So that was how I started. And
before going into the firewall, so that's like good for you. That's great. I do want to know, you did mention some certifications that you had to do to get into that career. Like, if you can let us know some of those.
Yeah, so I started with CC. Actually, the first one I did was back in Nigeria. It was MCITP.
What is MCITP?
Microsoft Certified IT Professional. I don't think they still use that anymore. They must have changed it. It was like 6 exam or 5 exam. I did that like 2010 or 2011.
Wow.
Then from there I did the CCNA routing and switching, CCNA voice. I don't use all those anymore. CCNA security. Then I did CCNP routing and switching, CCNP security. From there I was able to do those certifications and pass them. Because then, most companies, they want to see those certifications on your resume before they talk to you.
Yeah.
So those certifications kind of like opens, it lets a recruiter pick the phone and call you. So when it comes to interviews with recruiter, you have to be very careful the way you present yourself to them. For example, like sometimes when they call you, don't answer the call, let it go to voicemail. That kind of give you some time to yourself to be able to talk to them and tell them, be able to attend to the call the way you're supposed to, be in a more conducive environment. Because you don't want to be in an environment where there's so much noise. That kind of like send a kind of information to them, like, oh, maybe this guy is free, he's not really that busy. Because you want to make it look like I'm busy, a lot of people are trying to get me, so the fact that I'm talking to you is an opportunity for you. And some of the things that I always do back then is, even when I go for an interview, and I might make it look like I have a different job offer, which I don't even have. So that way I can even use it to get more money.
Edge over them.
Yeah, I use it to get more money from them. It will help you when you're trying to negotiate how much you want to make. And also, there are times that I go for interviews that I know I'm not going to take the job. And the reason why I'm doing that interview is to prepare myself for the job I want to get. Because believe me, there'll be times that you go for interviews and you flop. Even no matter how good you are, there are possibilities for you to flop because you've not done it in a while. So if you're looking for you're trying to do a career acquire, and just do as much interview as much as you can before you actually find that real job that you want to actually go for. There are times that maybe, for example, I got this interview for a job that I really want. I'll push it. Because I feel like I'm not ready. I'll be like, oh, can we do next week or next 2 weeks? And within those time, I try to find some other job that can put me into the interview.
To get you prepared for that interview. Well, that's good though.
Yeah.
That's so much information. Thank you so much, Remi, because that's gonna help a lot of people in their interview process. Because a lot of people feel like I'm good, I deserve this job, but they don't find that opportunity to prepare. They feel like, oh, if I don't tell the recruiter that I want this job now, they're not gonna take me serious. But that's not how it should go.
No.
So this actually makes sense.
One thing about when you're searching for a job is you don't need to, of course, you want to put pressure on them, but you don't want to make it like you're putting pressure on them.
Like you're needy.
Yeah, if you're going to put pressure, they're going to be like, well, I'm talking to 2-3 different companies right now. That's where you put pressure on them. I'm talking to like two or three different companies right now, and I'm almost in the final stage. So immediately a recruiter hears that, they will want to put the pressure on their own client.
To get you to give you the job.
For them to go to the next level. So you don't want to say like, hey, why won't I hear from you? Me, I don't know. I make it look like they're the one chasing me, not me chasing them.
Makes sense. What, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay. Let them chase you. Don't be chasing these recruiters, okay? Thank you so much, Remi. Remi, I do want to find out, like, it looks like you have like a great career, everything that you've been through, you have your job, you came to school in the United States, from there you have your career going on, and we're proud of you and all your future endeavors. But I do want to know, what are the things that you've learned about yourself throughout your stay in the United States?
I think mainly for me is for me to actually believe in myself and like stay true to what I want to do, not what people around me are trying to do. Because believe me, there's gonna be so much noise that's gonna be going on around you. And you have to be the one to be like, no, this is not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Even if what you're doing at that point might not be working out immediately, but you have to believe in it, stay true to it, and get it. You know, that for me is one of the things that I've turned to realize about myself. Okay, like just do what you're supposed to do, you know, and you'll be fine.
Well, that sounds like it has helped you. So we encourage my viewer to kind of look into that, staying true to yourself, believing in your dream. It will take you to places that you never thought that you would be. So in the midst of you being busy, being an IT consultant, moving from one place to the other, like where do self-care comes in?
Me for like right now, so I have a bunch of friends, and mostly one of the things I do is.
So you play like video games?
Yeah, so I play video games, and once in a while we'll go out, we'll hang out, we'll chill, you know, stuff like that. Like 2 weeks, like last week, I just got back from Nigeria.
How was that?
Yeah, that was good.
Tell me, was there any particular experience in Nigeria this part that you just went?
Was it good or the bad one? Which one?
The funny one.
There was like, so because I went with two of my friends, and we mostly, you know, on the island, we just go to clubs, lounge, but mostly, I think the most fun part was actually surprising my family.
Oh,
my family did not know I was coming.
Aww.
My brother actually thought it was picking one of my friends from the airport.
Good for you. So that's what you do for fun, traveling, playing games, hanging out with your friends and all that.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for anybody that is trying to get into tech? You know, that space is huge.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people are so confused about how to go about it, what to do, what not to do, interview process stuff. You already gave us some interview gems and all that, but you know, just in that one line that you know, they're like, oh, okay. What do you think?
I think for IT, like you said, IT is pretty big, it's huge. I cannot tell you, be like, the most important thing is, what do you like? What are you? Because for me, I always know I didn't like programming. So I knew I didn't like programming, so it was easy for me to go into networking because that's where I feel like I would do better because I did not like programming.
Right.
So the point is, right now we have a lot of different courses. We have like networking, data science, business analyst, all kind of different things you can do, like, you know, SQL or whatever.
Right.
So the point is, you need to figure out what you want to do. I cannot tell you to go do this one, go do that one. But once you figure out, okay, this is what I want to do, then you need to stay focused on that one. Because believe me, someone's going to come now and going to be like, oh, next one is AWS. You know, like,
just keep going.
and that's the problem that most people do. Right now they're learning Scrum. Some guy comes up like, oh my God, it's AWS that is going right now. Then they try to jump to AWS. Then someone else comes like, oh, it's business analyst that's going right now, then they try to jump to business analyst. Oh, it's data science that's the anything right now, they try to jump to data science. And that is what I think is
confuses you.
Yeah. So let me tell you, no matter which one you choose, you find. You just need to master that one thing. Once you master that one, then you can actually go do whatever you want. Like me right now, I'm good on my network security. AWS has network security part, so I can always go into AWS. It's easy for me. I'm not going to be confused. Right. But you just starting and you're trying to jump around. That is what I see most. So you just need to chill, pick one thing. Anyone you pick, the first thing first, check what money to make. All right. So that way you find. You might not get the money right at the beginning, but you can always get it in 2 years. You get my point. So the point is, find a job you like, look at the salary scale. If the salary scale fits the kind of money you want, then stick with it. Don't jump around. That's what y'all do. Don't.
Facts. Don't jump around. It said it. It said what it said. What I do want to know is, you know, what are the information you think, you know, you wish you'd known earlier when you first arrived in the United States that would have set you up for success and kind of minimize some of the mistakes that you've made in the past? What is it?
I think on that one, that's a very nice question. But so most mistake we all make is we all like to stay within our community, which is you Nigerian, you want to stay within your community. That is not good. You need to, and the best place where you can actually be able to talk to other people in the community is while you're in school, because then you can meet other people from different countries. So because the Indian community might have a different way of doing things that might actually be what you actually need. So you need to be able to talk to other people from different countries, so that way you're open to a lot of information, a lot of ideas. Now you can choose. Then you just sticking with your Nigerian community, and Nigerian community might just be doing one thing, might be giving you the best information. It's not like they're giving you bad information, but that is
based on their own
knowledge. That's the best information they have, and that is what they're giving you. So you need to be out there, talk to everybody, talk to this, talk to that, and that I think will help us a lot.
Right. So you think that if you had actually taken that opportunity to talk to, more people from other part of the world when you first arrived, you think that would have helped you to succeed more? I mean, not you.
Yeah, of course. I get your point. Right. Because they might be able to tell you oh, this is what you have to do for these are the companies you need to go, this might be this place you need to go, stuff like that. They might be able to tell you that the Nigerian community might just know about just one particular company or one particular way of doing things. And there might be another better way, a faster route to do it.
Well, great. Thank you so much. We have finally gotten to the end of the interview.
Finally.
What advice do you have for us, even we that we are here now?
Get Bitcoin.
Facts, but that's actually a good advice. We need to start going into cryptocurrency.
Yeah, cryptocurrency, because I'm into cryptocurrency right now, but you have to also be very careful.
So wait, do you do that? Do you train people on that, or you
I don't train.
But you do know a lot about it. Is there any advice that you want to, give to the people that are actually doing that to help them grow better? Based on your knowledge.
My own point is, because I cannot give you financial advice, basically.
Facts.
But what I can say is, if you're going to invest in stuff like that, make sure you don't invest your life savings. Only invest what you can lose. That's what most people tell you, and that's the same thing I'm telling you. But if you don't risk, you don't get the rewards.
Life itself is at risk.
So the more risks you are able to take, the more rewards you are going to gain. So that's how it is. So take risks, but don't take foolish risks.
Yeah,
that's it.
Then eat the nail on the head. Fact. Well, thank you so much, Remi. When people want to reach out to you and just, are you open to that, to have people reach out to you, connect to you on another level?
Sure.
Maybe just on LinkedIn, on Instagram, just to, give them information on an interview, or even people that want to go into IT consultancy, because you did say, mention some of this certifications, they want to know more about it and how they can get to do it themselves. Mind you, all this information will be on the screen, so you can look at it and get across to Remi. Well, thank you again for joining. My name is Tutu. Make sure you follow on YouTube at Tutu Unravels. Make sure you follow on Instagram at Tutu Unravels. Send email to contact@tutuunravels.com. Anybody that want to be featured in one of these interviews, please let me know. Send me an email, and I will definitely reach out to you. Thank you so much for joining.